You are listening to High Minds, the podcast where we elevate the conversation on culture, sports, politics, and entertainment. Stay tuned for a higher perspective at the intersection of everything.
What's up? Trying to get over this cold here. What's going on with you?
Allergies.
Yeah, nailed me all weekend. I was down for the count, bro.
I'm just all nasally.
Yeah.
Got that
Like
nasally voice. I'm doing
old pop punk singers. All the small things.
Yeah, and then doing that all day. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
It's so bad that my nose is just will bleed. Because it's just
Have you seen those things people wear, like the magnets or something?
I put those on at night right now because it's so bad at night. It's so bad at night that my nose. I mean, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. It's not like it's. It helps.
Yeah.
It does help. Kind of helps pull that and open up a little bit more. But yeah, it's like just gunk. It's gross.
Gross.
But yeah.
Well, other than that, today we got the top 5 cereals. We're gonna debate this one because
cereals are interesting.
I got some dark horses on that list.
Cereals are interesting because cereals are it's like everything since you're a kid. From
that's what I'm kind of going with. I'm not. Yeah. I can't eat half of this shit, but
there's only a couple cereals I eat now. But yeah, but like a kid, you wake up on Saturday morning and get the cereal, and then
cereal and the cartoons. Come on.
Yeah, and I think we're kind of one of the last generations that actually got cool toys. In the cereals.
I don't even remember what used to come in them.
It used to be anything from little action figures to remember Cracker Jacks the same way.
Yeah,
they used to be the prizes used to be cooler, but I think we're the last wave, kind of of where that stopped because now it's just there's no toys in
You know what toy I used to love getting at the place at Round Table Pizza? The little football helmets.
Yeah,
I love those fucking things.
Collect those. Yeah,
you
have to put the stickers on them because the little
stickers on them, the little face, the face mask.
And once I got doubles, I would keep my doubles aside, and I'd mix it up. Put Raiders logos on a green helmet or.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I'd mix it up after a while. We have doubles.
Fantasy league, fantasy draft.
Yeah, because I used to be in that machine. Also, you put a quarter in, and then you pull it out, and you get a little.
You push the quarter in, pull it back out.
Nah,
no, that one, the twist one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then sometimes you get doubles of those things. So I just heck yeah, I'd have a different colored, just whatever it was. But yeah, the helmets were cool. Yeah, it was just I think football was the only one they did baseball too.
I only cared about the football ones.
The baseball helmets though were not the real. There was the catchers. How the catchers would wear the helmet, but it didn't have no ear lobes, so it was just a hat. It was basically just a hat with the baseball logo in front.
Yeah,
so it wasn't cool. At least the little footballs were the face masks and stuff. But
yeah, they looked cool. Hey, you want to?
Yeah.
I have a funny tweet to read. I found this so funny and disturbing. I know we don't talk about politics. It's not really politics. It's absurd. Lindsey Graham tweeted, "I was excited to hear that President Trump is open to the idea of being the next pope." And he goes on. He ends it with the first Pope U.S. president combination has many upsides. Watching for white smoke, Trump, MMXX, VIII. I think that's 228.
Who saw that on the bingo card? Who had
Lindsey Graham pushing the idea of Trump being the Pope? The fucking Pope?
gosh.
Could you imagine him in the Pope mobile?
Oh gosh.
I mean,
is it gonna be a Tesla? Is it gonna be a Tesla?
dude, come on.
Put him in one of
I'm
those
not even
fucking
casting.
Cybertrucks.
I'm offended. I'm like,
Sit him in the back of a Cybertruck.
oh my God. Go, Dominus Padre Amenona.
Let Elon drive.
He's going to be driving and he's going to be waving the
Yeah,
incense.
this kid on his shoulders in the car, just so he's still.
Oh my
don't shoot me!
God.
Don't shoot!
Christ.
Oh,
I was like, this has to be satire, and I had to go onto Twitter, and sure enough, he really tweeted that, and I was like, oh, but he's not joking. Like that's a funny like image. That's
yeah.
But it's not sad. When it's not satire, then it becomes like, oh, he doesn't really want Trump to be Pope, right? Like really, like deep down, you don't think that's a good idea, right? No.
I don't. It's weird. It's so weird. It's like
it's weird. Like I don't think
comedy. Like this is a sketch comedy. Like this
is
what we're living in a movie. This is a movie.
It's like a Key and Peele sketch.
Yeah.
Or it's like I mean, did you ever watch fucking what was that movie? Why can't I think of it right now? President Camacho. Fucking what's God damn it, my brain, fucking stoners.
President
Camacho. Oh my gosh, I'm embarrassing myself.
Oh, no.
President Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew Camacho. Yes.
Mountain Dew Camacho.
Idiocracy. Jesus Christ. I just watched it
a
couple months ago. Yeah. When he does the scene when he's got the gun and he's shooting it and then like Elon Musk has his chainsaw thing, it's like this was written by Mike Judge like 30 years ago or something, right? Like in the 90s.
Yeah, it's well, same thing. I was watching like Parks and Rec, and they like how they just
because that's local government, right? That's like town, yeah.
And the stuff they're talking about, like in local government, how absurd and crazy, like just over exaggerating stuff. It's like scary. Like, this is actually going on in the presidency, not fucking town council. Like the stupidity is happening in real life at the top.
Yeah, and it almost makes. We've gotten to the point where you like look back and you're like, oh, those jokes aren't funny anymore because they're not absurd enough. Like they're really tame. Like you watch some of that old stuff, you're like, oh, it's really tame. We've actually gone farther than like some of the most awkward like scenes from comedies back then.
We're in a weird place. We're in a weird spot. It's weird.
Very weird.
It's just weird. I don't even know how to describe it. You can't describe it. It's just
because it's. I mean, I remember a scene from The Office where Dwight Schrute becomes the manager of Dunder Mifflin, and he develops Schrute bucks, which are worthless pieces of paper that have Dwight Schrute's face on them, and they're like $1. They're called Schrute bucks. And then Trump has the same kind of shit. It's like coins with his face on it. You're like, this is just, what is this? Like, this is so weird. It's weird, right?
It's, yeah.
It's stranger than
the
fiction.
thing. Well, I think why he believes people love him. He believes world people love him. But it's sad what's happening. I think you can see it more and more now is people are telling him, like when he was talking about some stat or something, but then he sits there and like he's talking to these people like going, well, that's what my people are telling me. That's what they're giving me my numbers. It's people are feeding him this shit.
Sure.
And he's not smart enough to figure out what's going on. Like he doesn't get it. He's like, I mean, just look at my, my family, my mom, and how they don't understand the internet. They don't understand like Instagram. They don't understand these like algorithms. They don't understand this stuff. This guy doesn't understand anything. He never has. Like he can barely read. That's why he can't read teleprompters. He can't read big words. So he doesn't want to use them because he knows he'll screw up. So he just rambles. So he has these people around him just that are controlling him, doing exactly what
That's
they
what-
want him to do, and he's
Yeah.
believing it.
And he's a
they're,
big
people
punching
love
bag.
you. Yeah, why do you think they want to get rid of like anything online bad about him, anything in the news bad about him? Because he can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he sees it, he just loses his shit because all his people are telling him, "You're the greatest. Everyone loves you." Yep. We'll talk to you tomorrow, China. Oh yeah, everything's good with China. Like they're literally doing that to him. He's just, yeah, I'm the man, and I think he fucking really believes it.
Yeah,
When you have everyone in your circle, everyone around you,
everyone's a hype
telling you
man.
the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And and then they see on the news, oh, it's fake. It's and he just repeats what they're.
You would do if the Catholic Church got together and said, "We want you to be the Pope," he would take the job. That's great. Like, if someone came to me, if all of them showed up in their red and everything, and they were like, "Matt, we want you to be the Pope," I was like, "I'm not your guy, man. I mean, I appreciate it. I'm not your guy, right?" Like, but he would take the job. He'd be like, "Oh, I could be president." He believes that he could be the Pope and the president at the same time and do both of them like we've never seen before.
Because he has people around him telling him he could do it.
He can do it.
We could do this. We could do this. You could do it. We could do it.
You could do it.
I don't think
if anyone could do it. You could do it.
We're literally watching elderly abuse at the highest level. Like he's being told and fed all this shit, and he's just spewing it.
By
and
probably
they
evil people. I mean, like the Stephen Millers and the Tom Homans and the Steve Bannons of the world. Like those are scary dudes.
And they just say, just go to the golf course. You're good. Go to the golf course. Okay, I'm gonna go golf.
Go tweet that you won a tournament that you cheated at your own place.
He's just a puppet.
I won a tournament.
He's a puppet. He found a way, to get out of jail.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing. That's all I care about is getting out of jail
and living his lifestyle of rich and famous.
And these people are just feeding him every fucking just lie in the world, and he's just believe it.
He probably does believe.
He has no idea. He's like, this is elderly abuse. Like when someone's stealing grandma and grandpa's shit. And
he probably asks, "Are my polls really that bad?" And they're like, "No, your polls aren't that bad. It's fake." And then he's like, "All right, it's fake." And then he says, "Oh, it's fake." He doesn't know. He doesn't know how.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
And he doesn't care. He doesn't care. So to him, it's like, well, he's an 80-year-old man. His brain's like deteriorating.
It's all that fast food.
He's 6'3", 245 pounds, 4.8% body fat.
Boy, he said 4.8. I know. I saw that. No, I believe you. I know. I saw the exact stat. It was 6'3", 220, 225 or 230, and 4.8% body fat. Do you know what that looks like? That's DK Metcalf. That's fucking DK Metcalf, who is a superhuman. Like if I saw DK Metcalf, I'd be like, the aliens are here. Like this dude is built in a lab. Like he is built like perfect. Like okay, like the Clone Wars of Star Wars. You can build people like that. Like he's got his abs have abs, and Donald Trump's. But
that's why we're living in a weird world. Like it's this weird movie. We're living in a sketch. Like this is sketch comedy. That's another sketch of the comedy. I'm 6'4", 230. You're like, as you come out, your face is just. Do you ever see that picture of him like on the golf course without his tanner?
Yeah, it's rough.
And it's white. His face is like droopy. He's like this thing, and like everything's sagging. His pants are up. I'm like, dude, you look happy.
Maybe it is kind of It's a weird thing to say, and it takes a nuanced mind to be like, I don't like Trump, but also to say like there could be elderly abuse. Like this man is like, he's like,
for sure.
He's like, I mean, he's melted away. I mean, could you imagine what he looks like? He probably looks like Gollum when he gets out of the shower. That hair.
So so like you had recently Bill Maher met with him and had an interview, and like people were pissed because he didn't ask him hard, but he's like. And I've heard this along with he can't read. A lot of the horrible things I heard about him are true, and I'm sure they are because multiple people have said things, and they've said things years ago before all of this shit. Like years ago, they were talking about this. But he fucking stoner, if I was gonna say.
Yeah, December says that clown would surely take the job. His ego wouldn't let him say no. He would take that job in a heartbeat. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Bill Maher. What were they talking about?
Going easy on. They said when he's like away from the cameras, away from his people, like away, like just sitting there talking. They're all, he's not. He's a totally different person. As soon as the cameras come on, lights come on, he goes into this like character. But
he's
like
a WWE
a normal old,
yeah.
He's a boring old fucking man. That's the guy you want to sit and have, you know, a drink with and at a fire and listen to him tell some crazy fucking stories. He's that guy. He's just an old fucking he's just an old like.
You're right. If he was, I mean,
he's not. But that's what people are pissed about, though. Is that's what people are mad about? Is like they're all, well, what do you want me to say? This is who he is. He is that guy. And then once he gets in the ego, all the people just pumping him up. That's what's the weird part is everyone that's around him is just telling him these things. And he said it on the thing. He's like, well, this is what my people are telling me. These are the numbers.
He's not.
And they're probably giving him. No. Because he knows what he's doing. He's a fucking criminal. He's a criminal. Yeah. He's a sexual, you know, allegedly. Yeah. Well, not allegedly. He's been convicted.
Not allegedly. He's convicted.
He's convicted. Like it's all that shit. Yeah, he's a horrible fucking person. I mean, he's a horrible. I'm just saying.
Two things could be true at the same time.
He's just all these numbers and like he truly believes these polls and these numbers and like everything he truly believes that things are going up and these are all, you know, because everyone's telling him this. And when you're not reading it on the news because they won't print it because he's fucking trying to make that illegal to do shit and like controlling they're doing this so he can't see this when he's online. And they're just feeding him this shit.
Because he's like, oh, gas prices are down. I was like, no, they're not.
No, they're not. He doesn't fucking know. Egg prices are down. Like, because these people are telling him to say this shit. He's never been to a grocery store.
No.
The guy's never been. He doesn't know.
He talked himself through trying to figure out what the word grocery meant.
Yeah, he's a mouth breather. He's just, and he's an easy target. And that he's like, and they found out how easy he is control and manipulate. And they're just manipulating him to get what they want. And he's his puppet because he don't care because he's out of jail. So he don't give a shit now.
That's what
I don't care what you do. Yeah, I don't care what you do. Make me rich.
That's what it comes down to.
It's crazy. It's just weird. But the crazy thing is, it's like you said, we're living in this like reality sketch show, living it. And like everyone, we're just watching this. Like this can't be real. Like this can't.
Well, it's amazing the amount. What I'm surprised by, I'm amazed at the amount of enabling because like this kind of like in a normal timeline, like you can only get so far, like being this kind of like you can only be having so much enabling going on all the way to the presidency and even the papacy. Like they would put him in as the Pope, like to enable them and to have this many. I think there's something like 69 or 70% of evangelicals think that he's doing a good job morally or ethically or something. I was like, oh, that 70% of the people that I went to church with agree with this guy. That's wild.
It's weird. It's weird. It's really
weird. And then out of the other side of their neck, they want to like read the Bible with you, and I'm like, I don't think so. Like, no, we're reading a different Bible because I think Jesus would piss you the fuck off.
Jesus was the first hippie.
He would piss them off big time.
Yeah, he was the first hippie. Like, he traveled around, hung out with all the, turned water into fucking wine. He was the life of the party. People, loved him. He was like, oh, there he is, the long hair. Just
hung out with sex workers.
Didn't care. Yeah, didn't care if you're a prostitute or you milked sheep. He didn't give a shit. He'd just be chilling with you. What's up? Roll up. They got high back then. 100%. He'd be the guy who would come with the stuff, the stash. They go and smoke.
But he's the kind of guy, though. He's the hippie, though, who marches against like Vietnam. You know what I mean? Like he's the hippie that's not just like peace.
That was all back in the day. Hippie hell, protests, Vietnam War, the protests, like all that shit. The hippies. What do you think the whole narrative with going after hippies and black people? What connected them? Weed. Yeah. But he was that hippie at the time. He was the first real hippie. Even dressed the part.
Have you ever watched Black Jesus? I think it was on Comedy Central.
No, I haven't.
So good. Such a good show. Yeah, so funny. Yeah. Anyway, I thought that tweet that I was reading that that was one where I was like, I need to go onto Twitter and find out if this is real because even I'm thinking like, there's no way the senator from South Carolina suggested that any politician should be the Pope. Like, I thought you had to be Catholic like your whole life and celibate, and I thought it would be a cardinal. Isn't that what's next to be Pope? Like Pope and then cardinal? Like forget all of it?
New rules, new rules.
They got like a 1700-year history or 1600-year history.
Just like the
Fuck it all.
Constitution.
Like,
Just like the Constitution. It's
I'm
just-
not even Catholic and I'm baffled, you know? Oh, that
well,
was a new one for me, man.
well, you know, when usually like when they get a new pope, he doesn't usually last too long. Seems like there's just been
I
a
think
couple like
Francis
last
was
few years.
around. Francis was around for a while.
Is he? I don't even know. But,
Yeah,
oh,
he
God.
came after Benedict. Benedict was a lot more conservative, and Francis was a Franciscan, so he was all about like, you know,
Told you
the
hippie
earth,
San
climate.
Francisco.
He was a hippie hip pope kind of. He was kind of cool. He wanted to accept the gays, but he's like, hey, I'm still Catholic.
Yeah, I gotta push back a little bit, or else they'll roll a storm.
Yeah, I'm gonna get mad. But so he's kind of a cool pope. I did like Francis for as far as popes go.
I don't know my popes. I would know the Trump pope.
Dude,
That's gonna be a T-shirt. There's gonna be a T-shirt.
just turning the Pomobile into a Tesla Cybertruck is perfect.
They'd have in the back of the Tesla Cybertruck, just bright orange face and that white little hat,
the white hat.
The bright orange face,
Oh,
and little smudges.
Orange
smudges
face. Orange face does not look of the tanner.
on the tanner on the little collar.
Orange can't look good on white. White on orange can't be good.
He's gonna stand out, glowing.
My God. Would he have to move to Vatican City?
No, not Mar-a-Lago. Let's be the new Vatican. Mar-a-Lago. So you just move it. We're moving it.
We're gonna move St. Peter's Basilica to Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me. Like this is probably like an actual plan that's been drawn up somewhere. They're gonna say, right, this is what we're thinking.
This has to be evidence of a multiverse, right? There's a lot of these timelines, and some of them have to go a little bit off the rails, right? Some of them got to get fucking weird quick.
Somehow jumped. He jumped into some weird.
It was a wormhole.
I think
they opened it up at CERN.
Like COVID, I think started. Like I think COVID started it. Like from there, since COVID's happened. That's that's the crazy part. Look at like my only for my daughter, even my oldest kid, what the world they've lived in. It's like, so to them, it's like, for us, it's like even crazier. Like, whoa, this is wild. But for them, it's kind of like, oh yeah, it's crazy. But it's been like their life has been so crazy from the get go. Like they don't know like old like politics and stuff. All they've lived through, it really is craziness.
Yeah,
it's like
all nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, from COVID, from the world shutting down, plus all the other stuff, fires and everything. But like just from that, everyone had to go through COVID and all that shit. Like my son didn't even have a high school career. Like his whole high school was fucked up. But like, so they're living this life of just craziness. So like guys like Trump, I think, are so much more normal to them. I think that's why they don't react. Like it's just this has been how it's been for them for a huge chunk of their life. Yeah, but where we've had like normalcy, like of like not the crazy guy, and
but we still knew about Trump from way back in the day. So that's just what's wild is that like we know Trump before,
and we loved him though. That's a crazy thing. People loved him back then. They did. Everyone loved it.
The reality star. People loved that. I didn't really watch it. I think my parents did. We all knew the tag you fired. We all knew the fucking line.
And they loved it. And that's what I'm saying. Like people loved him. Like they love him because he's that guy. He's just that's why he's always been the way he is with the ladies at a party. Because he's the fun guy to be around. He's the guy, like everyone loves him. He's funny. He's this, he's loud, he's obnoxious. He's not too smart, so he's kind of just says a lot of stupid, funny shit. But he's that guy, And then now that he's president, they don't like him there, but you can see what he's done. But it's like I think that's what's weird is like people that actually know him. It's hard for them to see this crazy, weird, fucking villain. Like he literally wants to be like. He legitimate wants to be like the guy on The Incredibles, the little kid across the world. That's what he reminds me of. He's like that dude. Like that's what he's turned into. Like this, he's just like I'm gonna rule the world.
Well, everyone almost becomes a caricature of themselves as they get older, especially if you get dementia. Like when my grandfather had dementia, like my grandfather wasn't a narcissist, but it does like accentuate some of the worst behaviors that you have. Like it sort of caricaturizes yourself. It was my grandfather, but it wasn't my grandfather. And Trump's always kind of been a huckster and a grifter, and he's like Trump University, Trump Water, Trump Steaks, Trump, like it's all just been a show.
He's a salesman. He's a salesman,
and then you become demented, and you become a caricature, like the ones you get drawn of you at Disneyland. The caricature, and you become more and more that. And then, like you said, the enabling and the yes sir and the you're the greatest. You're 6'3", 225 with 4.8 body fat. Like,
I guarantee he was told that, and he just repeats it because he has no idea what those numbers mean. He has no clue what those means.
You could be a Greek god if you're 78 and those stats. Like DK Metcalf's like 28 or 30, like in the prime. You can't keep that up for the next 50 years.
No, and that's like he doesn't know what those numbers mean. No, it's like the guy doesn't know what a tariff is. So like he's not going to know what percentage of body fat is. Yeah. He has no idea what that means. So he's like, yeah, 4.3%. That's what my doctors are telling me. And in his mind, it's what it is. You know, he's 80 years old. I remember that too. Like his mind's not working like your mind or my mind's working. It's gone. You know, it's deteriorating. It's starting to fall apart.
Mine's starting to deteriorate now.
Yeah. But like, you know, so it's like, that's what I'm saying, where a lot of this, like his lies and stuff, some of them, I don't even think he doesn't even know he's fucking lying. He thinks he's telling the truth because
I think
that's what he's just being fed. He's just being fed all this shit and he's just spewing it. And there's so much of it that he doesn't even remember what he said on the interview yesterday. No. He has no clue. They'll say, well, you said this. Like, oh, did I? I don't know. What? Oh, did I? Like, literally, that's his answer because he doesn't fucking know. He doesn't know. They write memos with him, like he has to have his name in there so he pays attention and follows along because he just loses track. He just like wants to go tweet or some shit. So he has to like read memos with his name. When he sees his name, he'll perk up and read it because it's about me. Like he's that guy. And then he'll just and then he just this is what they said. I'm the greatest. Everyone's telling me I'm the greatest.
Greatest. Yeah, that's why it's the young people who piss. It's the Carolyn Levitts that piss me off. It's like
they're trying to get their piece. They're just using him to get to the next level. Every single one of them that's around there is using him. Look at this whole thing with Bezos. Just pissed him off. Bezos just pissed him the fuck off.
They want to put the tariff thing on retail pages.
Yeah, so he doesn't get the the screaming and yelling. This isn't my extra tax. And where do you think Elon Musk has been? Elon Musk got a slap in the butt. He got in trouble. That's why he's been really quiet. You haven't seen him. He got in trouble.
He got dozed.
Well, yeah, because Trump got pissed off because he showed up at the Pentagon, trying to do go through all kinds of shit. And I think finally Trump's like, "What the fuck's he doing there? Why the fight?" Like, and they got a little scuffle, got a little shit, and then you need to go. Like so, and then all of a sudden, then he's been on the low, and then Tesla's crumbling. So all his board's going. You either come back to Tesla or go to politics. If you go to politics, we're booting you. We're gonna kick you. You're done. Because
how does that work in a company? So how much does he own of Tesla? Like, can you get kicked out of your own company?
As CEO, I believe. I think once you go public, you're now beholden to the shareholders, and the shareholders form a board, and they can bounce who they want.
Right. Okay.
Even though he owns a lot, I think he still can just be. It doesn't mean he's not the owner. He's still the owner. He's still that, but he's not going to be running things anymore. He's going to have to step back, and he doesn't want that. So in politics, isn't going to bring money. What I think they said at first, he said, "I'm going to cut $2 trillion." Like, I don't think our budget's like 1 point something trillion. Like, you're going to cut everything
out of their ass, and
like 400. Like 1 trillion, and then it went down to like 400, 600 billion, and I think at the end it finally came down to 150 billion. And expenses from Doge have been 158 billion. So Doge has cost us $8 billion
so far.
Because a lot of these, and then all these firings, everyone they fired, all this shit they fired, they gave everyone like a 2-month vacation, paid vacation. Now they're having to pay back all those people that haven't been doing shit for a month, 2 months, that aren't working.
It's so silly.
I'm like, what is like? So it just cost us probably $8 to $10 billion for Doge to come up and get everything he wanted. He did what he wanted. That's why they don't care. They got what they wanted. They
I
went
think
and did
every
what they wanted.
state. I think what we should do is just every state should become its own country. Then we just start, and then we can figure out who wants to work with who. California became the 4th largest fucking economy in the world. I'd be like,
It's crazy.
fuck y'all, we out. We out. Hey, China, we'll open our ports. You can come back into Long Beach and shit. Because that's happening now too. Our fucking ports are empty.
Yeah, well, this is what people don't understand is like it's this everything hasn't hit yet. It's just starting to happen. It's just starting to happen. Because you had the way supply chain, we're weeks, months out, like of supply, and everyone a month ago ordered up big time. That's why numbers were great. Look at the numbers; they're great. Well, because everyone's doing it before the tariffs kick. So now you have no one ordering or very, very little. So like the ports are.
I saw a real-time map of what the ports look like in like Shanghai, I believe. Is that on the coast? Compared to like in Seattle, I believe there were at one point there's no incoming or outgoing ships going into Seattle port, and that place is fucking huge.
Yeah, it's that's
why
they said
China's still shipping shit.
We're only 15% of China's I think imports, or their whatever you call it, 15% of their exports. Yeah.
Let's see. What is
so? Yeah, they're gonna have a little hit, but for the most part, they're gonna keep on going. They're not. They're just gonna have a little speed bump. We're gonna fucking hit a biggest ass pothole.
Yeah, this is a good point. 2023, the United States accounted for approximately 13.6% of China's total exports. So you can take
it's not like they're gonna say whatever, dude.
Yeah,
they're actually, you know what? They're probably gonna end up with more now because they're gonna take everyone that said fuck you to us. They're gonna pick up all of that business now.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna lose all of that, and they're gonna gain all of that. They're probably gonna be up 10% because they're gonna lose us or 15%.
I don't understand why we see trade deficit. Trump mixes up trade deficits and tariffs. I don't understand why we see trade deficits as necessarily bad. Like we're not going to manufacture for the price that we can get it from China, and none of us want to pay fucking $20,000 for an iPhone or $7,000 for fucking Nikes. So it's not bad to be in a trade deficit. I saw one person analogy was like, you're in a trade deficit with your credit card company every month. You can't get mad at the credit card company for allowing you to put yourself in a trade deficit. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Like it doesn't, like, of course, some countries you're going to have a trade deficit. You're going to have a trade surplus. That is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. And just like tariffs are not necessarily a bad thing. They've always existed and everyone's done them.
Yeah.
But to say I'm putting tariffs on everything,
that's
everything.
When everything does. When everything looks like a nail, you use a fucking hammer on everything. Like that's again.
Tariffs are supposed to be for a product you're producing that helps you in the world market, so you can be competitive with other. Like it's all not to
They're strategic.
Yeah, and it's like you only put a tariff on certain things.
It's
things that we can manufacture. Certain things that we have here that you can't get just to But like so with all the the ship containers, the shipping, like the truck drivers now. There's gonna be thousands of truck drivers that are gonna be. I just saw today that thing you posted, UPS. That's gonna be so those.
You want to take a break before we get into UPS because it's been 30 minutes, and then we'll jump into the UPS.
Yeah.
Let's take a quick break,
cool.
And then yeah. All right, so 20,000 UPS employees. That's wild. How many people
So
work for
it's
UPS?
drivers. I think there's like 300 and some odd thousand drivers.
Damn.
I don't know if that's worldwide or just
Total 490,000 employees.
Yeah, that's also
That's
including
everything.
management. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
drivers is like
Drivers
300.
330 it says.
Yeah, 330. So UPS has been kind of riding the wave of Amazon. So for years, like at the beginning, we were delivering, a ton of Amazon. Most of what was in my truck at the time was Amazon. Just if I had 180 stops, about 70 to 75 of those at least
Amazon
had an Amazon package affiliated with that stop. Like that's how much or more. So it was like, majority of our truck. So as time's gone on, Amazon has been building their own shipping fleet. So they've been pulling back some of their, volume, which has been good, which has been helping, because at first it was too much for UPS. They took on way too much and they were losing money. They were losing money at the beginning because of the discounts they were giving Amazon. But then, so this is what Amazon would do. This is like how they do it in shipping. So Amazon, like next day airs, they're guaranteed. So if UPS, next day air savers, everything is guaranteed. If we don't get it there the next day, it's free. So Amazon would just like tsunami us with next air on a day, boom, to make us fail, knowing that we'll have a 10-15% failure rate. So they're going to get thousands and thousands of packages for free. But they would do that by just flooding, hitting a center really hard. But it's these games that they play to get stuff for free. But there's a lot of that stuff in there. But anyway, so after so now Amazon, I think, is finally fully, like, UPS is finally not delivering Amazon now. So a lot of these but the time for the years, UPS has been writing this whole extra revenue stream. And they open up a lot of little centers. Like, I was, for 6 years, I was out in they call it a satellite center, where they brought my shit to me. I was out there by myself.
So you didn't drive to the main thing and drive all the way out there?
My last like 6 years I was, but there was a spot for about 5 years. I was out in like Orville, way out there. They bring their stuff out to me. I would leave from my house. It was nice. 3 days I'd be off early. I made my own sketch, like everything. I was on my own. I was on my own, which was so nice. But things like that are getting yanked. So there's like little places that had little centers, like out there, like up in Strawberry Valley or something. If they opened a set all that stuff's being closed, which is going to hurt a lot of rural, areas But so a lot of those little jobs, but a lot of the employees that were union are going to they'll have their job. It's going to be management. A huge chunk will be management.
So management is not generally union, right?
Management's not union.
Not union.
So management will be the one to take the hits.
20,000 is a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah. And there's a lot of just in Chico, we had like 6 part-time managers. Part-time. Really? Then we had 4 full-time, and then we had a centerman. So we had, like, just in our center, we probably had 10 to 12 management guys at least in there. So you're going to see all those part-time guys, management, morning super, all those guys, they'll be booted. So you have a lot of the full-time guys having to go start soaking up that work, soaking up those hours, which is going to suck for them, because it's going to be more. So, because you can't just say, hey, we're firing you, union and stuff. There's ways to be laid off, but you're still an employee. So, you can't go collect unemployment. There's rules. I think every state's different also.
Every state's different. Yeah.
But so a lot of the big hit, it's going to be management, and like jobs that are, mechanics, like a lot of those jobs, that, that aren't necessarily like secretarial stuff. Like, that's who gets killed the most. That's why they don't have an HR department anymore. All this stuff, like, they don't have all these things, because those are the first things that get cut.
Well, it's going to be it's going to be hard to know. Like, too, this could just be the first of cuts. You got to speak English to be a truck driver apparently now.
Yeah, that's all.
And
that's always been a law. That's always been a law. I think that's not
really
new. Yeah, I think he's making, like, dude, this already exists.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it is. If you look it up, I think it already is. You have to look. You have to be able to read and speak English because a lot of road signs and everything are in English. We don't have
Sure,
like
if
so
that it's just that's weird. Like that, it's if that's already a thing, why are we talking about it then?
speaking part. I don't know so much, but I think it's already in the DOTs and laws and stuff. So there is. That's why a lot of people are going. Well, this is already kind of a thing. It's just because they're bringing this. I think just to rile people up.
I think that's what it seems like.
It's just to get people to. I'm like, well, this is already a thing.
Yeah.
It's, and I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of smart. If you have a bunch of people on your roads that can't read street signs, it's a problem. You know, just like if you went to another country and they're all in fucking, Russian. When you go visit Russia, Mother Russia, you're not going to know what the hell this sign says. I don't know what it says, and if I'm like working commercially for a company, like I should know what these street signs say. Kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
But the speaking part, I don't know, but I know there's
well,
some stuff.
I don't. I mean, that makes sense, but it's just I don't want to go off on politics. But I thought the federal government, I thought it was supposed to be like a state by state thing. Like we should probably be consistent when we're because
and DOT is. Well, I know. See, like California is different DOT.
Yeah,
California DOT is California. I didn't go with anything.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. You go on and get a physical every 2 years. They don't. There's only certain things they test for. Yeah.
Well, anyway,
trust me, I know. Allegedly,
let's get to the
so everything's different.
Let's get to the cereals. Speaking of empty shelves,
there you go.
You like that transition there?
I know. I haven't seen that here yet. It hasn't hit yet. I know it's coming though. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. It's weird. You can feel it. So I'm just like, oh shoot, it's gonna happen. People are gonna be running for toilet paper and.
Well, that's the thing. What's it gonna be?
Watch. What's it gonna be? This one.
People are gonna panic. Maybe toilet paper again.
Which is a weird one. That's the least of my worries to be like not having. Like that's the like.
I should probably invest in a bidet. Seems more cleanly anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, it's just we're weird people.
All right, so how do we want to do this? Like, I want to get down. Let's get down to this. You had the idea.
Let's just go like I think we should just go through and just start naming off some old cereals and stuff, and then
I've got 10. I've got 10 of my favorites, and I'll bring up some more on top of that.
Yeah, there's so many cereals, but yeah, there's this top, and
we can knock some of them off.
Yeah, we're gonna have doubles, I'm for sure.
Okay.
But
all right. Well, okay. So there's an obvious one. The first one, Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms. See, I'm not a Lucky Charm fan.
I'm not a huge Lucky Charm fan either. I would have it like 10th if I listed it probably.
It's one of my probably least favorite cereals.
Oh, is it? See, I like the marshmallows, but I don't like the things.
I hate the marshmallows. That's why I don't like anything with the marshmallow. Anything with marshmallow in the cereal. And Lucky Charms, I will not. It's like if that was gonna be like that'd be my top number one like least favorite cereal.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Yeah, I'm
not like huge on it. I just remember having it a lot as a kid.
Yeah, and I know everyone loved it because look, Lucky Charms and the marshmallows. I could not do it because of the marshmallows, and it doesn't matter what cereal too.
They describe it as pieces of shaped pulverized oat. that's the other stuff.
It's weird. It's like it's slimy in your mouth. I just don't like the texture and stuff of it.
Yeah,
it's just weird.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that texture. It was slimy, but then once you got through the slime, it was like a little bit chalky, maybe.
Chalky, yeah. No. I hate mothballs or what are those little candies? The balls that are like that you bite into them. I forget what those are. Same thing. Whoppers.
Oh, Whoppers!
You know how you bite into Whoppers? That chalky. It's similar to that, and I don't like. I hate it. I don't like Whoppers the same but it's that slimy texture.
Yeah.
I just like. I don't know why, but yeah, Lucky Charms. I was like, whoa.
Okay, Lucky. All right, well, fair enough.
But yeah, I don't know. It's weird. And then see, I've
never heard someone hate Lucky Charms as much as you, though. So this is new territory.
It grosses me out right now. Yeah, it's making me a little. But I love Apple Jacks. I like Apple Jacks.
That was on my top 5 as a dark horse because I rated it higher than some other ones that Yeah.
Apple Jacks would be
They
my
were
one of my
good.
top 3. That's
They
one of my
were
top 3s, I
good.
think. And they're
Apple
so good and they're
Jacks are so
simple.
good.
It's just
Yeah.
nothing to like. It's just an O. That's it.
Just
You know?
an O. Keep it
That's it.
simple. Was it
Look, you know,
cinnamon? Was it cinnamon and apple? Right?
I think so. It was something.
Yeah, apple and
Jacks were
cinnamon.
So, yes.
They were so good. I can see the bull right here.
It's actually it's a top 3 for me. A top 3, but Apple Jacks is, you know, I had to start off with a banger. After
Apple
talking about
Jacks
Lucky
is
Charms,
good.
I had to get my mouth watering again. Apple Jacks. I loved Apple Jacks. It's just one I've always, and I don't even know why or where I had it the first time, but it's just one of those cereals. Like I don't know. I love it. But and it's not even, they don't even have like, they don't have like a character, do they? I don't
Apple
even remember if
Jacks?
they do. Yeah, do they have like a
On
character?
the box?
Like you know how, like how you know these cereals.
No.
Tony the Tiger.
Yeah, there was a little apple. There's a little apple on there just chilling.
Yeah,
And a
it
cinnamon
wasn't.
stick.
Seeing that it wasn't like a Snap Crackle Pop or Tony the Tiger, or you know, it didn't have like one of those people, like you know, where they had
No.
to Toucan Sam had to sell the cereal.
Oh,
It's like you
fruit.
just had Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks are good.
Yeah.
That is a banger. You're right.
What's your least favorite cereal?
Oh, I'd have to look. Okay,
I have
so
a couple. I have a couple of those.
all right, I'll say this. It's not my least favorite. I do like them, but my most overrated is Captain Crunch.
Yeah. It is, and that's
I did
one of
not
my.
like the way I did not like it. No.
It's another texture because it's slimy
texture.
too. But I can, for some reason, I can have that because when you first put it in your mouth, it has like this weird slight, and then you crunch into it. Same thing, but it's not as bad as a marshmallow. But
Captain
yeah,
Crunch,
I
I'm
can
not
see
saying
that.
we're terrible, but I thought they were overrated for sure.
Captain Crunch is one of my that's my favorite high cereal. Like if I'm really like, ooh, I want some Captain Crunch.
Wheaties are pretty gross. I guess I did like the boxes for like.
Yeah, Wheaties was not like it. Why do you have to make cereal?
I mean, fucking Grape Nuts. Those were gnarly. Those were nasty.
That's Sarah's favorite cereal.
Favorite Grape
Nuts. I just bought a box of Grape Nuts yesterday. I actually bought
no grapes, no nuts.
Yeah, I bought her a box of Grape Nuts yesterday. She
Grape
puts
Nuts.
like milk in them, like, and just lets them sit for a minute, and like I think she puts it in the microwave for a second too, and just lets it sit, and then just sits there. Like it's not horrible. Like I'll have a bowl maybe once a year.
Really? I did not like.
There's just, you have to put too much like sugar in them. Like if I have to put sugar in my cereal, I know. Like and yeah, Grape Nuts. She's a huge fan of Grape Nuts.
Yeah,
interesting. I don't know. That's like a psychopath cereal.
Yeah.
Cereal killers. People that watch like murder shows on Netflix all night. They sit there with their bowl of Grape Nuts, just like
Well, my wife, Lindsay does some psycho shit too. She puts the toilet paper roll on backwards almost every goddamn time, and I'm like, that's some psychopath shit.
Which way is which way do you think is the right way? Yes, over the top, going down. Yeah. Sarah does it the other way. So every time I sit down, I'm like, God damn it!
I do it.
It bugs me.
Bugs the fuck out of me. I'm like, this is
Sarah
that's how it's patented. You know, it's actually patented to go over the top, like we're saying.
Yeah, it's supposed to drip over, like a waterfall, like going over the because you do it the other way, like.
Does the paper towels like that too? I'm like, you lost your goddamn mind.
She eats Grape Nuts. She does that with the toilet paper. She watches all those Netflix murder shows.
Sleep with one eye open.
I do. That's why I'm not sleeping.
Et tu, Brute. All right. Well, okay. So back to the good ones. Where are we at? Apple Jacks.
How about what do you got?
Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds.
Honey Bunches of Oats with almonds is actually really good. It's really good. Yeah, really, it is really good. I do love that one. Yeah, I do. That's if I go to a hotel, for some reason they always have it.
You let it sit a little bit. I'm gonna sound like Kendrick now, but you still let it sit for a little bit, so you get some of the crunch, and then you get some of the soft. Once you want some soft, but some are still crunchy on top, and they're really fucking good.
Because I think they use different. There's different like flakes in there. There's flakes that stay crunchy.
So. Yeah, longer.
And then you have the little clusters, the little, the little.
Honey Bunch of Oats with clusters is good too.
Yeah, the clusters. But that's the cereal I'll eat when I go like to hotels. Like that always seems to be the cereal they have in the machine. They always have like a Honey Bunches of Oats, and then like
you feel like you're eating healthy, but you're probably not.
It's just no. I mean, I guess it's healthier than eating Captain Crunch. Maybe
Sure.
not. I don't know.
Maybe not. It might not be. That might just be their marketing.
Yeah, but yeah, I do the Honey Bunches of Oats. It is a good one. That's a good one. That's definitely a top 10 for me.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Because there's kind of like there's a group of them too. The other cereals do kind of the same thing a little bit. I know I've seen them, but yeah, they're good. That's top 10. And one that's so this cereal I like, and I haven't eaten it in years, but I loved it when I was like younger. Was remember the dog, like the chips. What was that called? That look like little chocolate chips. What was the name of that cereal? That's all I can remember is eating the bowl of like it looked like Little's eating mini cookies.
Oh. Yeah. What were they fucking called? Cookie Crisp?
Cereal. Yeah, it might be Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, it had like the dog and like a police like on the front or something like that.
Yeah, it was this one. Let's see.
Yeah, that cereal right there. We were talking about cereals the other day.
Boom.
Yeah, the Cookie Crisp. Yeah, that's the new logo. But yeah, they had an old one.
Oh,
but
they had an old one.
It was years ago when we were a kid. But yeah, the Cookie Crisp cereal. That cereal, I remember when I was young, I'd love that because it was like I'm eating a bowl of cookies and just like it was like I don't know. It was just
I can't put that on the top 10 though.
That's like my bottom of my 10. I would have that was always the request I would have. That's Cookie Crisp. I want Cookie Crisp. That was when I was young though. That was years ago. But yeah, and we were talking about this weekend the cereal that came up. I'm like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that one.
What about this one? What about O's?
The O's, I remember those. I haven't had those forever.
Exclamation
with
point.
The apostrophe. Yes.
An underrated cereal.
Whoa, I remember that.
Underrated cereal.
It's kind of like
because they had things in the middle. They had like little clusters in the middle of the O.
They put those little cluster things. That's what I was saying. It was the clusters like the Honey Bunch of Oats when they did the little clusters. Yeah. But it was like with O's, and I don't even know what the flavor of the O was.
Honey, I think.
Was it like a honey corn or something
like that? Like a honey corn crisp thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a bunch of those. They look like Cheerios a little bit, but yeah, then they had the clusters like they're like glued. They're like glued on a little. Yeah. With, I don't know what sugar, just glued with sugar. But yeah, I do remember that cereal. They had different flavors too. They didn't have like a blue box and an orange box or something.
Probably
might have been with nuts.
They might have. I like the regular one, the yellowish orange box. Yeah.
This was another one that we had, and I did not really like them, but it's one of those that I know a lot of people did were Kix.
Yeah, I didn't like Kix that much.
It wasn't my favorite. It was boring.
Yeah, you had to put like honey on there or something.
It was the white people Cocoa Puffs. It's like he took all the flavor out of Cocoa Puffs.
Same with Cheerios. I gotta say, Cheerios is an overrated cereal.
Yeah, Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios is not.
Honey Nut Cheerios is good. I'll eat some honey if there's Honey Nut Cheerios and like Cheerios. No. I'll have no. But Honey Nut Cheerios is fine. But yeah, Cheerios like what the hell is this?
Sarah says now you want cereal. No, you want grape nuts. Psychopaths. What is the flavor of that? What is it? What does a grape nut taste like?
Literally in the name, it tastes like grapes and nutsack. It's just no flavor. That's serious. That's what I call grape nuts. It tastes like grape and nuts.
Like you dragged grapes across a nutsack and then ate it.
I mean, it tastes kind of like an orchard. Like
it's like an orchard. All right.
Gritty. It's gritty. It feels like you've been eating some. Like you went out and grabbed some I don't know.
That's gnarly looking.
Wine. It's just I don't know. It looks like dirt.
It does look like dirt.
Especially you put a little milk in there. It looks like a little pile of.
What is the flavor? What is the flavor of grape nuts?
Nature.
Subtly sweet and nutty. That is nutty.
Nutty.
It's made of wheat and barley. A toasty barley-like crunch. Why the fuck is it called grape nuts? Makes no fucking sense.
I don't know why they get grape. Yeah, where does grape come in?
These people are wild.
Probably the name of the guy that made it up.
Well, I normally don't like raisins at all, but Raisin Nut Bran.
Raisin Bran is good. I like Raisin
Bran. I liked Raisin Bran when I'd eat Raisin Bran with some sugar at
Yeah.
my grandfather's house, and it was
You have
actually
to put a little
pretty good.
extra sugar on it.
Little sugar on it.
Yeah, a little sprinkle.
Yeah, and you kind of, you're a kid, but you're eating the same cereal as your grandfather. You're like, I'm eating an old man's cereal, but it's actually good, and so
Yeah,
it's
it's not
kind of
bad.
cool.
It's
You feel
I
like
can
drinking
eat it.
black coffee.
Yeah. Little cup.
Yeah, it was just one of those ones where it's like, this isn't a kid's cereal, but I like this one. Raisin
Yeah,
Bran and
definitely.
Raisin Nut Bran is good.
Yeah, that's definitely like honorable mention for me.
Yeah.
But I do like it. There's actually not too many cereals I dislike.
Besides Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms is probably a little better. Then another one, which
here
is a favorite.
We got the recipe here from Sarah.
Okay.
You have to let it soak in the milk until they're kind of soft, and then you put a spoonful of sugar and mix it in. It's a perfect way to eat grape nuts.
You gotta let it sit.
Can't just go right off there.
You let it sit 'cause it softens it up. Softens the mud up a little bit.
Sounds like psychopath shit.
Mm-hmm. Hanging that.
All right, what else you got?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah,
number one.
It's always been my number one cereal. It has to be, and it's hard. You can't argue it. There's just some things you can't argue. And Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just one of you can't argue.
No,
I purposely don't buy it because if I know it's in the house,
the box in a day,
I will. It doesn't last long.
You'd be like this. You'd be like this. I'm just having a bowl.
Yeah, I look like Biz Marquee.
Just beatboxing with Biz.
But yeah, that's why I'll buy it every now and then because I know if I have it, I'm gonna have to have a bowl or two. Like it's just so good. And
but then the milk is all cinnamony at the end, and just sugar. The sugar falls off. It's perfect.
Yeah. I don't know how it's just so much sugar in there. It's just so much sugar and
much sugar.
Cinnamon, and then the crunch. It stays crunchy. You can have it sit for a little bit and it still stays a little crunchy. And then you have that. Then the milk at the end too is almost like it's not like the milk. It's almost it thickens up a little bit. There's so much sugar in the cereal that it thickens up the milk.
Yeah,
it kind of makes it a little. It's almost like you have a melted soft serve.
Frosting. Yeah,
it's like you're eating melted soft serve after.
Yeah, that was the one.
It's so good. It straight gives you diabetes. Like just like dang.
Yeah, because when you're a kid, you're not having one. It's like 8 servings in one bowl that you're pouring because it's so good. Yeah, that's the number one.
It has to be, and it's hard to argue. I mean, there's other cereals that I think are good, but nothing still just.
All right, so
hits that.
What do you go with the Cocos? You go Cocoa Crispy, Cocoa Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, I just went Cocoa Pebbles. I just bought them. I told you I went shopping yesterday. I got Cocoa Pebbles. I got grape nuts. I put the Captain Crunch back, and I can't go buy 3 boxes of cereal. I had to put the Captain Crunch back. See, and I buy the big. So when you go to the store, you go to like the bulk side. We have the big ass bags. That's what I have to buy. So I got a big ass bag of Cocoa Pebbles, and the reason why I like Cocoa Pebbles is first, I don't know what it is when you put it in there. It kind of makes this weird soup. It's like a cereal soup.
It's Cocoa like Pebbles.
Yeah. Like kind of because it's the rice soup, and like it kind of makes it a weird, but you get the chocolate milk after, same kind of thing.
That's that chocolate milk. See, if the Cocoa Krispies had more chocolatey flavor, the Cocoa Krispies to me is one of the perfect textures.
Yeah,
but it's not chocolatey enough compared to the Cocoa Puffs or the Pebbles.
See, the Pebbles went straight more chocolate, but they don't hold a crisp. They don't hold a crisp as long as the Rice Krispies brand.
Yeah.
Now you get the Fruity Pebbles and the Cocoa Pebbles. You're gonna get the flavor.
What do you feel about Fruity Pebbles?
Fruity Pebbles have to be like Fruity Pebbles for me is like I have to be in that mood. Fruity Pebbles is a mood for me. Like I have to be in that Yeah.
The Fruity Pebbles are good though. It's so sweet though.
It's really sweet.
Really sweet.
It's a different kind of sweet. It's like this.
Yeah. It's like a punch.
That's why I said I have to be in the mood for some Fruity Pebbles. But the Cocoa Pebbles, I'm like, I'm gonna get a glass of chocolate milk after this. Like I'll pour extra milk in the cereal because I know, and that's probably why they don't hold because there's so much milk. Because I know I'm gonna have this nice big old bowl of chocolate milk at the end. I use almond or oat milk now, so that's even better because oat milk's not crazy flavorful anyway. It's like, oh, it's so good. But man, I'm probably gonna have some tonight. Damn it.
Cocoa
I got a
Pebbles are
big
good,
ass
yeah.
bag of Cocoa. But yeah, so that's I
The,
think
the,
for
the
me,
texture
that's
was good on that one too. But is that number 2? Do we go number 2 for the Cocoa Pebbles?
I think it's top 3 for sure. But is it Cocoa Pebbles for me? Cocoa Pebbles or
Okay,
Apple
well,
Jacks? See, that's my
okay.
top 3.
Okay,
Um,
Apple Jacks
and
might be.
it's
What about what do you feel about Frosted Flakes?
let's see, Frosted Flakes are good.
I know, see,
Frosted
right?
Frosted
I was
Flakes
gonna hit
too.
you with that one.
I remember growing up as a kid. My grandpa.
My
See,
grandpa would have
my
Frosted Flakes
grandpa
too.
was a Frosted Flakes, and he put the
Yeah.
banana in it. That's why I got
Ah, the
everyone
banana
hated.
in it. Yeah.
See, and it's a thing, but back when I was young, I thought, oh, that's a secret. My grandpa would he'd sit there and cut banana up in his Frosted Flakes, and so
Oh, no,
I'd go do it. But yeah, I remember I was young because I go stay with
Mhm.
him for summers, and they'd have his bowl of Frosted Flakes with banana in it. I'm like,
That's
oh
good.
yeah. So I'd
Really
have to
fucking
eat my
good.
banana. But that's the thing too. It's like I think Frosted Flakes for me is like the 4 or 5.
I've got a 4.
Yeah, I could see it being 4 for sure. It's a simple, it's so good.
So
It
good.
is.
Sometimes the simple is the best.
It's good. They can keep that crunch. What is it that remember on Vacation? What did he Clark invent? The crisp
Oh,
around a
I don't
crisp around
remember.
the cereal, the flavor like shell or something. It seems that's like Frosted Flakes. You can put them in milk
Yeah.
for a while and they hold up.
We could-
That's the
and
difference
and
between
Frosted Flakes were better than Corn Flakes, right? I
yes.
mean, come
They
on.
didn't have that protective barrier. Corn
They didn't
Flakes
have the
is just no
barrier.
sugar.
Yeah.
So and that's the difference between Frosted Flakes. That's how you know if you're getting like broke ass like Timu Frosted Flakes or like the Malto Meal brand or the
Oh,
real
yeah,
ones.
Malto Meal.
Because you put them in milk and let them sit.
Mhm.
The other brands will break. Like, they won't hold a crisp as long as the Frosted Flakes.
What are your thoughts on Chex? Are there any Chex out there that you're into?
Chex is so boring.
Boring,
It's gluten
right?
free though, isn't it?
I
It's gluten
know.
free.
That's why that was one of the cereals I would eat when I had, but then I was like, but I'm just eating it because it's gluten free. I don't even like them that much.
And that's why I would buy it because
Yeah.
it's good enough to eat.
Well, some of the Chex are good. There's some different flavors.
I would get the cinnamon, the one that tastes closest to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. They have like a cinnamon
Oh, they do. I don't even know
sugar
if I
one or
have it.
something, but they're gluten free. So that's one
Yeah.
reason why I buy them. Would I buy them if
chocolate
it
Chex
didn't?
are all right?
Now, if I didn't have the gluten issue stuff, or if I mean, I'm not nearly as bad with it as you are, so I can eat gluten stuff. It's
Yeah.
just I just know I'm going to be uncomfortable and just feel like crap that night.
Yeah.
And there's some meals I will do that for, but I don't know if I would buy Chex. It's like if I go to the store and see like, oh, Chex,
Yeah.
like I will now because I'm like going, well, I can have a
Well,
bowl of cereal and
yeah.
I won't feel like shit. So I'm like, I might as well just get this.
All
Or
right.
if I
What
didn't,
about
so
oh, go for it.
oh,
What about what was that? Was there a Reese's one? Reese's Pieces?
yeah, the Reese's, like, yeah, those. So this,
I
I
never
like,
really.
I categorize these like as the gimmick cereals. The ones where they like
Sure.
make them after like a candy bar, like a
Yeah.
Reese's.
Yeah.
You have a bunch that that came out that are just gimmicky, like the marshmallow ones. After Lucky Charms, anything after Lucky Charms to me is like gimmicky. If you add marshmallows to it, you're just doing the same thing they did, but making it a different logo. And I think that's kind of
What
with
about
like
the
the
Monster
Reese's.
cereals?
The Monsters, they did a lot of marshmallow things, didn't they?
I think
They
maybe
would come
Count
out like
Chocula.
Halloween. Yeah, it's like those are seasonal though, so those are kind of
Yeah.
cool because they're this Halloween comes out, they have the seasonal cereals and stuff.
Blueberries.
You ever see the cereal boxes like in Mexico and other countries? No characters, nothing. It just says
Nothing.
the cereal. Yeah, they're not allowed
Yeah,
to.
this is well. I
They're not
mean,
allowed to
have you
market to
seen
kids.
like the way it's marketed too? And they're
Oh
always
yeah,
looking down. The eyes are looking down at the kids, so the kids, when they look up at the cereal, you're
yeah.
connecting with the characters that are literally looking
Mhm.
at the children.
I mean, they did that with us. Like I said before, look at all the toys and shit. How do you think they got us to get our parents to buy it? Because there's toys. Like, get it. I want this toy. This toy. We'd buy the cereal. I remember going to the store when I was young and
Mhm.
looking at the boxes to see who had the best toy in it, like, or what was your prize. Like, they'd have always little advertisements on them. Hot Wheels this or whatever it was, or this, like, stickers or tattoos. Remember they used to give you like fake
Mhm.
tattoos and
Fake
all
tattoos.
different. yo-yos and just weird, just random stuff sometimes, or like a little character of whoever the character was for that cereal. So you go through and like look. That's how you'd buy the cereal as a kid. Same thing now. They just have the toys, so now they do it with the graphics more.
Mm-hmm.
They do it with the big toucan. Like that's another show. Trix. Trix is another one.
Well, Trix is another. Trix is the rabbit.
Yeah.
Toucan Sam is Fruit Loops, right?
Yeah, Fruit Loops. I like the Trix better than the Fruit Loops.
Let's see. Yeah, I wasn't into Trix. I don't think I was really into Fruit Loops either.
Trix was kicks on a party, kicks on like acid. That's what the Trix were. It's like those kick cereal, like well, I just like you're eating Trix. That's how I feel when I'm eating Trix.
Ew, Peeps has a cereal. See, that's the gimmicky.
That's nasty. Oh. Yeah, see, that's like I don't like the gimmicky cereals.
That's your worst nightmare.
Yeah, I hate.
I'm gonna bring you a box next time I see you. I'm gonna bring you a Peeps cereal.
The only thing I like marshmallow in is Rice Krispie treats.
Oh,
s'mores.
So no Rocky Road. That was my favorite ice cream as a child.
I can have it in Rocky. That is my favorite ice cream. Is Rocky Road. Like that doesn't bother me with things like that. But like,
all right,
just a marshmallow. Like if I see the bag, we bought some marshmallows yesterday at the store because Natalia wants to make Rice Krispie treats, and I just look at that bag of marshmallows and I just go, I can't. No. Like no, but like all melted down into something with other things. Yeah. I'm fine. I don't like the moon pies. Like the I don't like that. I can eat like s'mores, Rice Krispie treats, things like that. I'm good with marshmallow. But Peeps, oh my god, that's horrible.
Peeps are gnarly, dude. They're like so sweet and so like I don't know what it is.
It's I don't know. I can't.
All right, so we're at let's see. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is consensus number 1.
Yeah. You have to go Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 2 number 2 is hard. Number 2 is that either Apple Jacks or
the Apple. I'd say the Apple Jacks just because of that cinnamon and. God damn, the Cocoa Pebbles are good though.
The Cocoa Pebbles, you got that chocolate milk. It's like a 2 for 1. That's the thing.
I guess Pebbles slightly in terms of like probably historically like I had them more, but every time I had Apple Jacks, I loved them.
Apple Jacks is that that fighter that just doesn't look like a fighter. They're in the ring where like the Cocoa Pebbles is like, oh, this guy, like he's a fighter, he's an athlete, dude. Like, but the fucking guy that doesn't look like one is a bad, like this shocks you. Just like, where the hell did that come from? That's like
kind of like who was that? Was it Crow Cop?
Yeah. You look at him going with that flat top. You're like,
or no, it wasn't Crow Cop. It was the other guy. He was not like ripped, but he came over from like Russia.
Oh, Fedor.
Fedor.
Fedor. Yeah. Same thing. Yeah, kind of had the dad bod. That was a dad bod. Like had a belly, like it hung over shorts maybe a little bit.
But then you kick you in the fucking tomorrow.
Yeah. You're just like going, whatever. Then you see the other guy, look like Czech Congo. You remember that dude? Just this heavyweight dude that just looked like DK
John Bones Jones.
Yeah, like John Bones Jones. Yeah, like a guy you're just like going, holy shit. But then all of a sudden, like that's Apple Jacks. Then you have a bullet. You're like, oh, just like what the like? How is this?
Where did this guy come from?
Yeah. Like how is it? What?
It's just apple and cinnamon and O's, just round shapes.
Yeah, so it's hard. It's hard. Who do you throw your money on? I lean more Apple Jacks, and the only reason why for me is because it's more of like my childhood, like growing up, cereal is always kind of my go-to cereal.
The Apple Jacks.
Like if I went anywhere and Apple Jacks was being served or there, I would get the Apple Jacks.
If you offered me Apple Jacks right now and Cocoa Pebbles, I would take Apple Jacks. If you said, Matt, you could eat this, the Lord will bestow his blessing, you won't get sick. I'll take Apple Jacks at this moment.
Yeah, it's that flavor you miss. It's a flavor. Cocoa Pebbles is like, okay, it's chocolate.
It's chocolate.
And
my daughter made chocolate cake tonight. It looks delicious. I'm gonna have a little bit.
Yeah, it's like but Apple Jacks just has that. Yeah,
it's unique. It's kind of an enigma.
It's that. Like I said, yeah, it is. It's unique. It's its own flavor. It's its own thing. It's out of the. It's something you don't think about. It's just kind of doing its own thing and like, dang, Apple Jacks. Yeah, I'd go definitely Apple Jacks, and then the Cocoa Pebbles for sure.
The Pebbles, and then the Frosted Flakes with the banana.
Yeah, I think Frosted Flakes with the banana. It has to be
I'm good.
banana.
I'm good with that. It has to be the
I like
banana.
so when I go to a hotel and I always have Frosted Flakes. I'll get Frosted Flake, put a banana in it, but also what I have to have is a English muffin toasted with butter. I don't know why
I
that
miss that.
combination.
With the
That
nooks and the
combination.
crannies.
That combination. You eat the bowl of cereal, you put a nice, in your mouth, you chew a little bit, and then you take, and then you eat a little bit of that English muffin with butter
With the
and crisp.
banana.
The mixture together, I don't know why or what, it fucking works.
Really?
It works. It's like one of my
Dude,
favorite things. I look
I miss
forward.
an English muffin though.
Yeah, I look
That's
forward to staying at hotels that have the free breakfast because you can always find that at the free breakfast. It's always cereal. You can find cereal, English muffins.
Yeah.
You can always find those two things, and that's like my. I don't know
Yeah.
why Frosted Flakes, banana, and an English toasted muffin with butter, melted butter. Oh my gosh, together and it same. I don't put the English muffin in it, but just have a bite and then have a little bite. Of
Start dipping that
muffin.
English muffin, you're out of your fucking mind.
Oh, but
Sounds
that
good,
is
though.
that's the
Sounds good.
that's the high combo where you're just like it's so good.
That does
But
sound
yeah,
good.
and then the fifth one, that's
That one's tough. It could be, I don't know. It could be
there's a
O's
lot.
for me.
Yeah.
It could be Honey Bunches, but I don't know. It could be the raisin nut brand.
Gosh, there's
I feel like there's a big fall off between the
uh-huh.
top 4 and after 5.
Yeah, because it's like I don't pay attention to those. When I go to this, like yesterday, going to the grocery store, I look for the grape nuts because that's Sarah's. But then I look for the.
Oh, I forgot about this one.
Which one?
I think I liked these. I can't remember. Golden Grams.
Oh, I remember
like
Golden Grams.
Grams. I think I did.
They were good. They were kind of like I'd probably put them in my 6, 7.
They were a different kind of texture. It wasn't
7.
it wasn't like the same crispiness, right?
No, it was almost like a dry. They're like dry a little bit. Weird, like
little, yeah.
In milk though, they'd be soaking in milk and you bite them. It feels like you're biting a graham cracker, like a graham cracker. How you have that graham cracker texture?
Those were
little mini graham crackers. Yeah, they had the bear, I think, as their logo, like the little guy. That was Teddy Grahams.
Right? That's Teddy Grahams. Those were Teddy Grahams were the little cookie, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, Golden Grahams. Gosh, you start. Oh,
Pops. Did you ever have Pops? That corn pops.
Yeah, corn pops. Oh, they have apple smacks, or there was a frog. What were those? Have you ever had those?
Smacks. What are apple
smacks? Apple smacks, I think it was called. They look like.
What were those?
They look like little
honey smacks.
Honey smacks. Was it a frog?
Yeah, the frog. Oh, I remember those. Those are weird.
Yes.
Those
they were so weird. They were like little. They look like little beetles. Remember those beetles that would fly around if you had a pool?
Yeah,
around the land. They look like little beetles. Yeah, they look like little beetles.
That was a weird ass cereal. I did not like Honey Smacks.
No, they weren't that great. But I remember getting him because of stupid frog. That's all I remember is that frog. He wore like shoes. Didn't he wear sneakers?
I remember having them, but no, I did not. That was not something I was requesting.
See, then I grew up on a lot of the cheap ass cereals. Like they came in a bag. Yeah, they came in a bag. Like that's the ones I bought. The Cocoa Pebbles I got last night are the big bag ones. They're huge. I got a huge bag. They don't last long in my house. And if I want to have one bowl, I have to buy the big ass bag. Because if not, they'll be gone in like a day. I buy a box of them. But see, I'm a huge Captain Crunch. I love Captain Crunch, but it's still not my.
You ever get the all berries one? Didn't they have the Captain?
They have the all berries. I'm not an all berries fan. I like the with the berries, and then I wasn't like the peanut butter crunch. I didn't like those. They got all crazy. Just give me the original or the berries.
A ton of those.
Yeah. They started doing all kinds of weird, crazy cereals.
Yeah, they've got Captain Crunch, Arctic Crunch, Vanilla Frost.
Yeah, like what is that crap? Yeah, vanilla. That's like one. Okay, is your cereal just not that good anymore? Like you have to start doing all this, like, what is Apple Jacks? Apple Jacks is just Apple Jacks.
Listen to this shit. This is crazy. Now they've got General Mills went with a Kelsey Bros cereal. It's Reese's Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Lucky Charms all mixed together. That sounds like when a child gets like
Yeah.
ice cream, and they get every topping. And it's like you got gummy worms and chocolate and strawberry.
They go to
drizzle. Like
they go to the soda machine and go to like
yeah,
the whole machine.
Yes, I tried that once, and I was like, "This is not for me."
No,
y'all are nuts.
Yeah, that's just them capitalizing off the whole name, but that's gross to me. That's like those chips, the munchies, and it works with chips, but not cereal.
For chips, I could see that, but
not cereal. You can't do that. I mean, what cereals could you mix that would be good?
Is there cereals? Well, yeah.
Like, what would you mix? Like, what would be your mix? If I've never done that. I've never mixed cereals. I've never done that before. Like, would a Cocoa Pebbles be good with like a? I don't know. What would it be good with? A bland cereal, like a Kix, like a bland cereal, maybe.
A bland,
throw it in with something like that, like to give off, or like a. I don't know, or like, see, I just to me it sounds too sweet to throw it with anything else.
Some of the texture gets weird too.
Yeah, if you have two that break down, one quicker than the other one, you have mushy, and then I don't like that. I don't like a mushy. And see, Cocoa Pebbles, that's the thing too. Cocoa Pebbles, if you let it sit,
they do get mushy.
You can't let. That's the thing. Once you pour it, you got to go sit and eat.
It becomes like a paste.
Pudding. Yeah, a little pudding.
Breakfast pudding.
And I don't like that. That for me it becomes a texture thing. Like, so I have to eat it. Like if I something happens, I get distracted and I pour a bowl. Like I go out and smoke a bowl. Next thing you know, you forget that you poured a bowl of cereal. You walk back in, you're like, damn. So it looks like a little bowl of oatmeal. It's like, oh no, I can't do it. I have to throw it away. But I don't know. Mixing cereals, that's gross. So is that what their cereal is? They just put those three together?
Think so. They're just mixing it all together.
Nasty.
All right. Well,
I'm not a fan of mixing cereals.
I think we could agree on the top 4, and we might disagree on 5 after that. But I think the fall off from Frosted Flakes to the next one is so.
It's huge.
It's big.
It's huge. Because then I think I get more into the healthier cereals, the healthier ones. Like where I'll eat like what was the other one? Honey Bunches of Oats.
Yeah, Honey Bunches of Oats good. But I don't think that can be a top because that's kind of that I felt healthy when I eat it. Raisin Nut Bran.
Yeah, that's when I think maybe like a Raisin Bran. That's where I kind of go like more of a healthier cereal. But like
throw one healthy into the top 5.
Yeah, I guess if it's healthy, if any cereal's healthy. I know they have like healthy cereals. They're nasty. They're gross too.
They're gross.
I eat some gluten-free cereal.
Kashi.
Yeah, I think might have been one of them. But there was another one I bought that was just not good.
Yeah.
Just I'm like, I can't.
Have you ever seen that video of Kendrick talking about cereal?
Oh,
here, watch.
I'm sure it's
pretty funny.
This is the legendary Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, see?
Cheerios with the no sugar. What all that healthy shit, Raisin Bran? Stop talking to me. Don't talk to me about no fucking Raisin Bran, dog. Wheaties, stop it. Don't talk to me. You pick that up in the aisle walking with me, I'm liable to punch you in your face if you was my cousin. Punch is always one of a kind. I'm laughing and shit. I'm serious. And let me show you what I do. I eat that one crunch just to get the feel of the shit, and I just let that shit sit.
All y'all can suck my dick. All them days at the
Bring it back after a minute. 60-40 rule. I like half of my shit 60% soggy.
See, no. Oh, I can't go that way.
I'm the opposite. That shit in.
Flip me.
Fire back. I got this shit down to a science. Stop talking to me. Science. I got this shit down to a science. Talk for hours about this shit. I mastered this shit.
Yeah. I agree, but I'm opposite.
You go right in. Or you go right into.
I'll pour it. Like I'll let it sit for a second. I'm not letting it sit for like a minute or two. Like I'll go pour my bowl, put my milk away, put everything away and stuff, and then I'll go eat.
Back to it.
And then I'll eat. But I like more. Like I know some of it's gonna get soggy. It's just rice cereal, but I can't have like 60% soggy. That's too much. I want maybe 40. And that's because then I'll eat. I need that crunch. I still need that crisp a little.
Well, and it depends on when you start too, because unless you're powering through it, if you start at 60-40, it's gonna get soggier as you go.
Your last couple bites are going to be like
Pudding.
Well, that's why I start earlier because I know it's going to get soft. It's going to break down. It's going to break down the milk. So yeah. And then Fruity Pebbles, though, that's the thing too. The milk after is not as good.
It's not as good as the cocoa.
No, it's because it's just. I think it's almost too sweet, but I still like the Fruity Pebbles. Fruity Pebbles is still.
Like Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, but the Coke, I'd have to go with the chocolate ones. But yeah, he has it down. He probably has everything down like that. Every food, everything you ask him, anything he eats, he's like, all right, I eat this way.
He's got to be an interesting dude.
Yeah, there's things I eat. There's things I eat differently. When I was little, I used to eat chicken sandwiches weirdly, oddly. It was I don't know why. And I was young. Yeah, I would like bite all the way around the edges, and then I'd take it apart. I would like dissect it and like take the top breaded part off, and then like eat that. Like I would just eat it weirdly, like odd, like, and I would eat it a chicken sandwich at Jack in the Box, the ultimate chicken sandwich, whatever they had years ago, the same way my mom would go like, "You're weird." She's like, and she would tell me the story, and I would remember it. I would like dissect it while I was eating it.
Let me ask you this: if you cut a sandwich diagonally, what's your first bite?
It's diagonally. My first bite's usually the edge, and it's usually my left
right down
side.
the middle, right? You can't go right in.
I always go. So it'd be my left was like that side. I'd go this way first, and then I go the other side,
and then
I go middle,
and you got that middle.
Yeah, so you do the ends. That way, you get the first 2 bites are just warming you up, giving you a little taste of what you're about to have.
It's not gonna be as much stuff on the end. Not as much
you're getting the crust. You're getting a little crust, the edges, and then that third bite though is going to be all just like the meat.
The third bite is
the meat of like whatever it is. Yeah, and that third bite's going to be that one you're going to be like, all right, here it comes, because you already got the taste. Like, okay, this is going to be good. Let me get this side. And then you got that So when you're holding it, just goes. Whoop, and
yeah.
That's how I eat sandwiches.
It's the only way to do it.
That's how I ate my sandwich for lunch today. Same way.
See, our wives probably gonna be like, "Oh, we reverse it and go the backhand like you're eating ass or something."
I eat like this, and then like, oh, this way.
I dangle it.
Butt end. Or they go right down the middle, and
right
just have like mayonnaise and a little bit of mayonnaise. And,
all the way through, so you have 2 chunks. What?
Yeah. And then they leave the crust, a little bit of the crust.
Oh yeah, Elise used to cut the ends off. Make us cut the ends off of the crust.
Crust, it depends. I usually almost always eat it, but there's times I won't. But for probably 80% of the time, I'm eating the crust.
Yeah,
part of the sandwich. But
yeah. All right, well, this has been fun. We're gonna have to do
cool.
We're gonna have to do like. Well, you wanted to do root beers, but I'm not ready for that one yet because I don't know. I'd have to do some taste testing, but maybe we should do mixed drinks, or what? Maybe we should rate like the main ones, not the gimmicky ones. Not I got this one thing at this one place that had like
they're all special
quail egg on it or something.
Yeah. It's made with ostrich.
It's got ostrich on top of it.
Blended.
Yeah. I'm not a bartender. I'm a mixologist. Yeah, I got it. I got it, guy. All right. I'm just trying to get drunk here. What are you talking about?
Real lavender.
But like, gin and tonic, rum and coke,
old
fashioned, Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some there's all kinds of drinks. There's drinks I'm being introduced to more out here too that I didn't know I liked.
In Vegas, they got some booze there.
Yeah, and it's simple. Yeah, but it's a lot of these are simple drinks that have always been around. I just never living out there. I just never like we don't have tiki bars and stuff out there, So out here you have like tiki bars. You have different kind of tiki bars. So like those types of drinks, I never would
like a Mai Tai,
like a real nice. Yeah, like you go to like Applebee's, you get a Mai Tai. It's not like I'm not talking like that. I'm talking like you go to like a place that's like a tiki bar. This is what they specialize in. Like you're gonna get some good drinks. We never had that. You had to go to like San Francisco or something. Then. So I've just been like, oh shoot, this whole new world of like, and I never would get them because I always thought they were too sweet, and some of them are, but then you can get some that are like pretty damn good. Like,
but if you want a sweet drink, like like a strawberry daiquiri, I mean, it's delicious, like dessert.
Yeah. Oh, my go-to drink out here during pool season is a Miami Vice, and it's strawberry daiquiri, half strawberry daiquiri, half pina colada mix, blended. and you put it in one of those big old huge pool cups they give you. It's like a $34 drink. That's how much the drinks are out here. But you can drink that thing for about an hour, just sipping on it in the pool. It's so fucking good. It's a pool drink for sure.
Good.
You're not sitting at home watching a game drinking Miami Vice. Yeah. But out there when it's, 110, 105, you're in the pool, sitting in a cabana, watching, whatever, just drinking that drink. It's so good. It's a time like those drinks.
Sounds good.
But
because I do.
we can definitely do.
Yeah, we'll do drinks next time.
Cool.
Adult beverages. All right then. Yeah, we'll see y'all next time. See you, Friday
for cocktail hour.
For cocktail hour.
Cool.
What am I looking for here? What the fuck? All right.
I don't know.
Asta. Boom, boom, boom.